Barakatah Yahawah.
Barakatah Yahawashi.
Barakatah Yahawashi.
Barakatah Yahawah.
Barakatah
Barakatah Yahawashi.
Barakatah Yahawashi.
Barakatah Yahawah.
Barakatah Yahawah.
Barakatah Yahawashi.
Barakatah Yahawashi.
Ba'ashem.
Rakah.
Rakash. A double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. All right, this is just a response to Sakari. All right, because basically he's saying that Yahawashi was this black, what's it called? Yeah, black extremist. All right, and that's not true. Okay, because if you can receive this through the Spirit, Yahawashi was about his father's business, man. All right, so at that time frame, he had to conduct himself in a like manner. So this video is going to be entitled "The Lamb versus the Lion," because when Yahawashi first came back as himself, he was in that meek spirit, such as a lamb. But when he returned as that Redeemer, he's going to be in that lion-like manner. All right, and just okay, just 1 minute. The symbols of a lamb, and it means like gentleness of character, patience under suffering, meekness, and to be sacrificed. All right, look at what you got.
Zechariah 9:9. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding upon an ass.
So when Yahawashi came, he was lowly and he was riding upon an ass, and that's just going into he was in a meek-like manner. All right, because when he first came as himself, he was likened to a lamb.
And upon a coat, the foal of an ass.
All right, somebody get Isaiah 53:7.
This is Isaiah chapter 53, verse 7. He was oppressed and he was afflicted.
This was referring to Yahawashi. Go ahead.
Yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb.
So when Yahawashi was oppressed, when he was afflicted, what did it say? He opened not his mouth. So where's the aggression? Where's the combative behavior? Well, where was he defiant? All right, this man was, he was meek, okay? Because like I said before, he came in that lamb-like manner. Go ahead, bro.
He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter.
He is brought as a lamb unto the slaughter. All right, because you have to understand that his main purpose was to die for the nation of Israel. Okay, beginning with the elect. All right, so that time frame, he couldn't be bold and courageous. He had to be about his father's business, man. All right, y'all got something over there? All right. Hey, read that last part again, bro. All right. Go back to what you said about the lamb part. Okay.
He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter.
And the reason why he was brought as a lamb to the slaughter, going back to the symbols of a lamb, meaning to be sacrificed. So he had to be sacrificed for the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect. Go ahead, bro.
And as a sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he opened not his mouth.
Right, and that's just going into how Yahawashi wasn't combative, because basically everything his father told him to do, he did that. All right. So go ahead, bro.
John 1:29. The next day, John seeth Yahawashi coming up to him, said, Behold, the Lamb of the Most High, which take away the sin of the world.
Hey, the Lamb of the Most High, which takes away the sin of the world. So Yahawashi wasn't no extremist at that time frame. Now they probably identified him as an extremist. So the Roman Empire. But if you go by his behavior within the scriptures, he was meek, he was humble, he was lowly. All right, he only lost his temper really one time, and that's when he had went with the money exchangers. Okay, that's all. All right, get Matthew 10:5.
It's Matthew 10:5. These 12 Yahawashi sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. As ye go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand.
That's what we're supposed to be doing now. We're supposed to be preaching that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right, so Sakari, what are you talking about? What are you saying? Because he gave the instructions to the 12, which later became apostles, that you're supposed to preach the word. He didn't tell them to pick up swords. All right, he didn't tell them to get in trouble or try to take down this Roman Empire upon themselves, because he knew prophecies had to be fulfilled. All right, he had to be bound to the word, man. All right, y'all got something?
This is a time frame where there's about to get ready to capture Yahawashi. It's John 18:8. Yahawashi answered, I have told you that I am he. If therefore you seek me, that these go their way, that the saying might be fulfilled which he spake, of them which thou gavest me have I lost none. Then Simon Peter, having a sword, drew it, and smote the high priest's servant, and cut off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. Then said Yahawashi to Peter, put up thy sword into the sheath. The cup which my father had given me, shall not drink it. So that's the point right there. He was being spiritual to him, pretty much in a similar sense, to let Peter know it's not our time to rise against this Roman Empire. That's when I'm going to come back as that conquering line. Then you will be able to fight with me.
That's right. And get John, since you said that, get John 21, verse 15.
It's John 21:15. So when they had dined, Yahawashi said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, feed my lambs.
Preach the word, man. That's all we supposed to do, man. We supposed to preach the word, because spiritually we are complying. It's like we are condemning America, man. We're justifying for the reason that Yahawashi is coming back to destroy this place. Why? Because we're announcing America's sentence. All right, but it's all spiritual before it becomes from a physical standpoint, and that's what Yahawashi did when he was on earth, man. All right. Yeah, bring it up.
This is Matthew chapter 28, verse
16. Yeah, 28, yeah, verse 16.
Matthew chapter 28, verse 16. Then the 11 disciples went away into Galilee, into a mountain where Yahawashi had appointed them. And when they saw him, they worshiped him.
Right.
But some doubted. And Yahawashi came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth.
And you can get that account in Revelation, the 5th chapter. Go ahead.
Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father.
Israelites, all right? Israelites, go ahead.
And of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you.
So where is this combative behavior? Where is this extreme behavior? All Yahawashi was saying was, hey, go out and teach the word, all right? Seal the elect, condemn the 2/3. That's what he was about, man, because it wasn't time for that. That's that lamb-like behavior right there. So what are you saying? All right, he wasn't bold as a lion when he first came as himself, man. He was likened unto a lamb, which means to be humble, to be meek, all right, and to be sacrificed, all right, because basically he died for the sins of Israel, beginning with the elect, all right. That's why we believe through the spirit war. That's why I believe through the spirit that you don't took that fucking bag, man. There's no way you can be that fucking ignorant. Go ahead, bro.
It's the book of Luke chapter 23 and verse 8. And when Herod saw Yahawashi, he was exceeding glad, for he was desirous to see him of a long season, because he had heard many things of him, and he hoped to have seen some miracle done by him. Then he questioned with him in many words, but he answered him nothing. And that was the point.
That's the point, which goes back to Isaiah. You got the Isaiah 53. Because basically it talks about how Yahawashi did not make a rebuttal, you know. He didn't say anything. It was for prophecy's sake. So basically, he was following the blueprint. All right? Which one you think?
It's Isaiah 53.
Yeah, what did he say? Yeah, that's it. Just to back up what the elders state, Isaiah 53 and 7.
This is Isaiah 53, verse 7. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shearers
Right.
It's done. So he opened not his mouth.
Right. So ultimately, who were the shearers, man? Because they all went back to the Roman Empire because they could have stopped those wicked Jews. All right. But at the same time frame, Yahawashi was in that meek-like manner, man. Okay. Go ahead, bro.
Matthew chapter 27, verse 12, verse 11. And Yahawashi stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, saying, Art thou the king of the Jews? And Yahawashi said unto him, Thou sayest.
That's right.
And when he was accused of the chief priests and elders, he answered nothing. Then said Pilate unto him,
Going into Isaiah 53:7, sticking to the script. Go ahead.
Then said Pilate unto him, Hearest thou not how many things they witness against thee? And he answered him to never a word, insomuch that the governor marveled greatly.
Right. So what are you saying, Sakari? What are you saying? Where is this aggression, like I asked before? Where is this combative behavior? He wasn't defiant. He was just following the format of the scriptures, man. That's all he was doing. Right. Go ahead.
It's Luke 22:63. And the men that held Yahawashi mocked him and smote him. And when they had blindfolded him,
So what? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, when they had blindfolded him, they struck him on the face and asked him, saying, Prophesy who is that smote thee? And many other things blasphemously spake they against him.
So, but Yahawashi didn't strike them back. All right. He didn't get out of character. All right.
This time frame, Jacob probably said, oh, he was scared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't fight back or you didn't get your lick back.
So the question is, how can you liken him to a black extremist? You know, where is that at? Prove us wrong.